Alright mate, Slimeade here, and welcome back to some more Smash Bros. World of Light. Now last time, we actually unlocked the real Shoto of Smash Bros. Ryu. And yeah, I will get into a little bit on the Shoto debate. Now, some people for whatever reason believe that Shoto means literally any character from a fighting game, and that's just not true. Now Shoto does have kind of a strange area whenever it comes to definition. Whenever it actually comes to definition of what is and isn't a Shoto, usually it's agreed upon that the characters are to have a fireball, a dragon uppercut, and a what's it called, an Tatsumaki. Now I've heard some people use this as a reasoning as to why Kazuya counts, and to be honest, people are trying to say that, oh yeah, his Hell Sweep is definitely a Tatsu. His Dragon Uppercut is clearly a anti-air and stuff like that. That's just not how it works. Second of all, yeah, his Devil Blaster might be a projectile in this game, but in Tekken it's not. And even then, whenever you got the likes of, say, Terry doesn't actually have a Rising Uppercut attack. He has a Rising Tackle, which isn't really an uppercut type thing. That's a charge move. Charge characters are an entirely different genre of fighting game character. And really, whenever it comes down to it, Shoto, if you're actually being super specific, Shoto actually refers to characters that play like Ryu and Ken. And there's even some debate as to who counts on the whole Shoto thing. Because, take for example Sagat, the guy that we just had as a spirit like last episode or something. Sagat actually has basically all the same things as a Shoto, like a fireball, he has a rising knee that's kind of like a Tatsu type thing. And he's also got a uppercut, the Tiger Uppercut, or as I used to think it was called, the Hyper Uppercut. But what it actually is that he isn't actually designed to play like Ryu and Ken. So he kind of doesn't count as a Shoto. A lot of it really comes down to, are they designed to be a kind of easy to learn character that's just kind of like the all-rounder type thing? That's kind of where Ryu and Ken lie. Whereas you've got like more specialised characters. It's like, take for example, like I mentioned before, the charge characters. Charge characters are typically characters that would sit back and wait for someone to come at them so they can pull off a charge move. I mean, there is charge partitioning, which I only found out just before. It's actually a technique that's even in Smash Bros. With Terry. But like we're saying, there's so many different archetypes whenever it comes to fighting games, and people just saying that all fighting game characters are Shoto is kind of devalues, in a way, what all these archetypes really are. Now, whenever it does come to Smash Bros, archetypes are a bit of a funny one because Smash Bros doesn't cleanly fit into any given like fighting game archetype. It's like, let me give an example. Let's look at, say, take for example, Little Mac. Now, is Little Mac a rushdown? Is he a glass cannon? Is he footsies? See, it's really hard to think because he's got traits of all of them, but he doesn't really cleanly fit into any of them. I mean, he's technically glass cannon because he can get knocked out really easily, but it's not the traditional meaning of glass cannon. He's technically footsies because, in a way, Little Mac's like down tilt and stuff like that. He wants to kind of not get hit, basically, but also still be able to hit his opponent. But then there's also, take for example, Rushdown, which again does actually kind of fit Little Mac because he's very fast and can hit, quite rapidly. But at the same time, Little Mac hits really hard. So there's no real, like... Oh, I've got to get out of this. There's no real easy way to determine what exactly, like, a lot of Smash Bros. Characters actually are. If we can just keep, I was going to say keep Don being juggled, then we wouldn't actually have a problem. I was going to call him Don Cornetto then, but then remembered that's from Final Fantasy. But yeah, I've actually really been like looking into how fighting games work and that, and it could be because I've recently just been like really into playing Tekken and that, which is a game that I'd love to play for my channel and stuff like that, but I'm actually kind of really bad at Tekken. Like, to give you an idea of how bad I am, a lot of people have said, "Oh, Slime, you play Tekken, don't you? Why don't you put some really flashy combos on your channel?" And I said, if I tried to do that, people would laugh at me. My combos normally consist of 1 or 2 hits, and even then they're just like the basic standard moves that every like person learns within the first week of playing Tekken. So yeah, that's kind of why I don't want to be doing Tekken combo videos. And plus, on top of that, people would want to see combo videos on like actual real people and not CPUs. And I kind of don't have online on my Xbox right now, so kind of can't really do that. So I would like to put some like Tekken stuff on my channel outside of, you know, the occasional explaining how Kazuya works kind of thing. But at the moment I can't really think of a good enough thing from Tekken to actually do aside from maybe Tekken 6's story mode. I jumped right into that, kind of literally too. Now if Shulk stops being a bit of a pain, I can continue on with me conversation. That did a lot of damage, like an unreasonable amount of damage. I don't even know how I'm going to finger you with this. Did he just poke me through my shield? 10 out of 10 game. I swear the CPUs in this game, like, they can pinpoint weaknesses before they even happen. It's like, take for example, I swear these things can like predict what your next move is. So it's like they're saying your next move is, and then like whatever carny whatever's funny JoJo lines that you can come up with, and then you proceed to like punish you before you've even figured out what your next move's even going to be. Also, I'm not really doing well with this, am I? Also, I think this is one of them spirits where you have to beat both of them. It's kind of a beef that I have with spirits, really. It's spirits where it says, oh, you have to beat such and such a character from such and such a game. And then they say, oh yeah, the mates are there, but it doesn't count until you've beat the mates as well. It's like school logic whenever it comes to like fights and stuff like that, where someone brings the friend into fight. But yeah, back to what I was saying about, you know, the whole games and stuff like that. I will at some point put some Soul Calibur stuff on my channel. I have actually got a video up on my channel of Soul Calibur 5, but now I've got Soul Calibur 6. So maybe I could like make some characters on that. Like, take for example, imagine like Dobby or something just like showing up and he's like carrying the Soul Edge of thing, yeah. Or just any weapon that you wouldn't expect Dobby to have. It'd be kind of funny to see that. In fact, there's some like characters that I have made in Soul Calibur before that are absolutely ridiculous. I remember someone asking me to make the giraffe from Toys R Us. Another person asked me to make a guy, I think he was like from Norm of the North or something. Who else was there now? Someone asked me to make Pingu, and obviously I said yes. I'm just trying to think of who else I made that was like particularly comic. Oh yeah, that's it. Someone actually asked me to make that boy, and I actually made it. And I had the stupid idea of using Tira, the girl with the big like hula hoop that kills people. And essentially, I made it look like he was carrying his unicycle around and using like the wheel of it as his weapon. I mean, granted that character's actually back now, but because I don't have the DLC yet, I kind of can't do too much like in regards to recreating that boy. You're just gonna have to hang fire with that. But whenever it does come to creating characters, I will actually consider like taking requests and that, because I actually don't have any ideas of who we should make. I've made a few characters before, like take for example, I've made Speedwagon and that. Let's do some cleanup around here. We're missing. Okay then, just like teleport the car halfway across the map to get that. I say it was halfway across the map, but it's like a whole 3 feet away from us. So we like, I don't know, warp time and space just to move our car like 3 feet away. What a stupid superpower that would be. You can move cars through like time and space, but only if they're about 3 feet away. Also, look guys, Captain Falcon's finally using his gun. See, I was actually going to follow up with... Wait a minute, you can stand on there? I didn't even know you could actually stand on them ledges then, but I was going to follow up with a funny comment with, like along the lines of, oh look guys, Captain Falcon's using his gun, and then like up smash him and go, and he's not going to be able to any longer. I've cut his arms off. But unfortunately, it didn't pan out like that. So we have to just ignore that happened and just move along. Just carry on with our cleanup job here. Oh, I remember this spirit. It's one of these spirits, isn't it? Why are all these spirits like containing Wario anyway? Just every single one of these character spams this move kind of spirits. It's always Wario for some reason. I'm not entirely too sure what's up with that. Maybe it just implies that Wario either likes spam or spams an online message board. Do you know what? I actually could 100% see Wario doing that. Like Wario being a troll or something. It just 100% fits his personality. I just kind of have the image of Wario like posting like, I'm not even too sure what he'd post. He'd probably post like an annoying Among Us meme and go, oh yeah! After he's posted it and just sits back and watches like the entire community just goes mental over it. Oh yeah, I remember this spirit. This is one of the spirits that we ignored because we didn't feel like doing. Remember correctly, like Wii Fit Trainer just shows up at like some point for no reason whatsoever. Oh crap, we're getting Evo moment like 37 there. That's actually like something I'm genuinely surprised that how Evo moment like 37 is referenced in Smash Bros. The Daigo parry just that much of a legendary moment that it got referenced in Ken's Ryu trailer. Ken's reveal trailer. Makes it sound like Ken made his own trailer just for Ryu to get into Smash. That just gives me the idea that like Ken's actually a video editor in his spare time. I can't believe that actually worked! So I believe that's most of the spirits in this area like dealt with. I think I could be wrong. Oh wait, yeah, I'm immediately wrong as I look up. So once we beat Biorex, we can do the thing that Link does and breaks our toes on treasure chests. There. That was kind of complicated to say for some reason, and I also don't feel like I got it right either. Even though it was just something I like made up on the fly. There's something just really amusing about the fact that in Smash Bros you can just fight on what's effectively a racetrack in the middle of space or whatever. I was gonna say, why haven't they made a Rainbow Road stage, but they actually have, and they just kind of cut it from the game, didn't they? I think we've got some stuff from the skill tree now, so we may as well grab easier dodging, may as well. Improved state, may as well. If we had like 46 more, we could actually grab that. Because I want to try and get a an ability down there as quickly as we can. Because there is actually a really good ability around there. Oh wait, we can go up and get that because we've got PAC-MAN now. You can break our toes in another treasure chest. For some reason, I find treasure chests to be kind of hard to say. I don't believe there was an entire Gyarados stuffed in that treasure chest, but okay. Here's another that we can break our toes on. There's some more skill spheres. And let's oh, I remember this one. Do you have any spirits that make us giant by any chance? We don't. I was gonna say that'd be kind of fun, that, because the spirit starts out really small and just kind of want to like kick Palutena like a football, score a goal. She blend in with the grass as well. In fact, speaking of football, why is there a football here? I think this game's got telepathy and it's sentient. Why was my first concern that the game gained telepathy, not the fact that it is quite possibly now sentient? Did I just catch that in midair?
Nice.
I can't believe I caught that as it was flying back up. I'm just kind of impressed with myself there. Honestly, it kind of reminds me of a time that when me and Lucario were in college, and we were just messing about with paper at one point while we were on the computers. I threw one over my shoulder, and next minute I just hear Lucario like proper screaming out of his head, "Oh, slime! Look what you've done! Look what you've done!" I was like, "Why? What have I done?" And I spin around on my spinny chair, and the paper that I'd like thrown over my shoulder had lodged itself in one of the posters on the wall, and it was like in the little thin part between the actual poster and the wall, and I was just kind of impressed with myself. It's like whenever you do the what's it called when you throw a basketball over your shoulder and it lands in the hoop, but far less impressive. And there was only one other person around to see it, so the fact that that move is called Shadow Scratch just makes it sound far more weaker than it actually is. Little spoonerism there. I want to say it's supposed to be Shadow Claw, but like a weaker, crappier sounding version. But the move itself actually looks like Shadow Claw, so it just baffles me why they didn't go with it. I mean, they gave Mewtwo Shadow Ball, so I don't see what the problem is with them giving Mewtwo Ghost type moves to begin with. Actually, there's actually a point. Why are Ghost type moves called Shadow Claw? Wouldn't that actually make, well, not called Shadow Claw, but like called stuff like Shadow Claw, Shadow Punch, Shadow Sneak, Shadow Ball? Wouldn't those fit more, say, Dark types? Because it just seems more like Dark type Fiend. Dark type Fiend. I cannot speak right now, and I don't know why. I was going to say, oh look, Yoshi's got a sword, is he going to be joining Soul Calibur next? But then I realised that actually is a character called Yoshi in Soul Calibur, but more so Yoshimitsu. It's actually twice I've randomly brought up Soul Calibur today. The other being about, let me think, about 15 minutes ago. Kind of a crappy memory on my behalf, but let's beat up this guy who I'm pretty sure is from an Adventure Time episode. Adventure Time is actually a show that I actually really enjoy, and I kind of wish that it didn't end, but what we actually got from the show is actually pretty good. Like, what was that, like a full 10 years of episodes, I'd say. I swear this Luigi does not want me hitting it for whatever reason. Yeah, Adventure Time, honestly. Adventure Time came out around about the same time as Minecraft came out. So it's just like really nostalgic for me. But at the same time, what I find really funny is that I feel like, to some degree, Adventure Time and a lot of the stuff that I got into around about that same time, like Final Fantasy and that, it really inspired me to like wacky character designs and that. Speaking of wacky character designs, here's a weird character design. There's one thing I'll never get over is the fact that they put the Honey Queen in Mario Kart 7. I think they removed Waluigi from that game, but then added the Honey Queen. And like, I don't think literally anybody actually cares about the Honey Queen. Am I just gonna like take off into the air? Yeah, this is kind of an annoying fight, this, because it's just not the bees. Just bees constantly. Terraria's getting a new update, like, I guess probably in about a day or so from now, as of recording this. I was going to say in probably like half a day, but then again, Terraria's like based in America in it. Well, the company that makes it is based in America, I believe. So I can't really see them like putting the game out, not the game, but the update out super early. I just love the fact that this guy is just called Nick. Like, no. Like, take for example, normally like Smash Bros characters have some kind of like flashy or interesting thing. This guy's just called Nick. I mean, obviously, I know that he's an intangible spirit, so there's a lot more to him than just being called Nick, but it's just kind of a funny thing about him being called Nick for some reason. Just Nick. Not to say that Nick is an inherently funny name, it's just that you've got all these characters like, take for example, Fei Long and Paul Phoenix, and for some reason I was going to say Adam Sandler, like Adam Sandler was in the game or something. But and like Simon Belmont, and then you just got a guy called Nick. It's like turning up to a thing like having characters called like King Harkinian and Gilgamesh, and then you're just called Dave. I don't know why, I think I've got like one of the worst sense of humours, to be honest, because I'll laugh at jokes that I make myself. I'll laugh at them while I'm editing them into the video, and then once I've finished editing a video, I'll go and look up surreal memes and laugh at them, even though they literally mean nothing. It's like, take for example, that whole like Christmas gifts underneath the spike. For some reason that makes me laugh. Where he opens a present and it's just obliteration. He just like disintegrates into cubes. I just think I genuinely have a really weird sense of humour. I've just realised that move speed actually affects... I was going to call Link Luigi then. Move speed actually affects Link's recovery, believe it or not. So it could have been a little bit of a problem for us, but again, that's a level 1 spirit, so it's not really going to be that much of an issue, is it? I think we're going to be breaking up one of our toes on the chest up here, and then we'll call it a day or whatever. Poor Link, I think he broke like 4 toes on these chests today. Surprised the guy has any feet left. He probably doesn't at this rate, but then again, kicking chests open is just something that he kind of does in his spare time, isn't it? Along with apparently stab small children in the head, evidently. I kind of want to get Ness out of here because, well, I don't want to be, like, trapped in an endless loop of being set on fire. Doesn't really sound too fun, to be honest. Oh, I wanted to kill the villager with a banana. Imagine just, like, running up to someone, slapping them across the face up with a banana, and they just drop down dead. That's probably why the banana gun is in the game, just because it's funny. Either that or it's a reference to something from part 5, but probably not. Anyway, with that crappy hat earned, that I'm never going to put meat on a... I am never going to put on a meat ever. I cannot speak. Like I said, I'd probably put a counter in the top corner, but I don't care enough. But with that crappy hat found, I'm going to call it an episode here. So if you like this episode, do whatever the things are that you do when you like stuff, and I will see you guys next time. Bye. I have no clue why I winked then.